It's Yoshi, aka Jurassic Funatic, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Masterverse, new Eternia Skeletor, and Revelation Merman. Yeah! I got these two at Meijer for $15 each. It was a good day. I mainly picked up new Eternia Skeletor to make a normal looking Skeletor because I think you can do that with this normal looking head, and he has his iconic blue skin. And I was very impressed when I saw Merman in person because he looked very plain online, but he actually looks pretty cool. So we're gonna take a closer look at them after we unbox them, but before that we need to take a look at the box. Here is what the side artwork looks like. This is one of my favorite parts of the Masterverse line, is that they have amazing artwork on the side of the box, and I really wish I cut out this artwork on every box that I have, but I didn't, so I'm kind of mad about that because this would look really cool framed, all lined up. Like, wouldn't that look so cool? But no, I didn't think that through before, and now I'm kind of sad. Here is what the back of the boxes look like. Here is new Eternia Skeletor. Does he have a beard? Oh my god. Oh. Okay, here's Skeletor with a beard. That's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And, original designs inspired by classic concepts. Okay. And then here is his little bio description. And then here are the cross-cell pictures. So yeah, He-Man still looks bad all the time. That's unfortunate. Here is Merman's artwork, looking like a whole fish. And here is his description. And here are the cross-cell images. And then, of course, the right side of the box is just their name. Yeah, it looks like these ones aren't faded as much as the other ones are. I don't really know. Now that we're finally done looking at the box, we can open them up. I am so excited because I really wanted to open these up last night, but I held off for the video. So let's go. Let's get them out of the box. Ooh, we've got new Eternia Skeletor out of the box. First impressions of him, he looks good. It's really cool seeing Skeletor with his blue skin. After seeing him with more of that purplish color, it's like so different looking, isn't it? Anyway, let's get the Havoc staff out. Just like this. It is completely unpainted. I don't know if that's the same one. We'll do a comparison. And then let's get this head out. Here is the more classic looking Skeletor head, at least more classic looking than any of the Skeletor heads in Masterverse. Although I do really like the other Skeletor heads, so it is right, it is, you know. Let's see if I can get these hands out. Here is this fisted hand, and then here is this hand that has way too long of a thumb that really bothers me. Look at this thumb. Look at this thumb, guys. You see how this thumb is literally longer than any other finger on the hand? I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, this was the only new Eternia Skeletor there. They had a lot of Merman and a lot of Tila and a lot of the new Eternia He-Man, but this was the only Skeletor, and I was really hoping to find him, so I'm happy that I found him. Here is his pirate-looking sword. Arr, shiver me timbers. Okay, anyway. And then now him, where I have to take these things off. Would he fall out if they weren't here? I really want to know that. You know what? We'll do a test. I'm not going to take him out at all. I'm just going to cut them and we'll see if he'll fall out. Because I feel like they're useless, especially if he's behind a window. I can't cut this, so we're going to do the classic feed this through. There we go. Head through. And lastly, the cape is taped. So let me just untape that. There we go. There we go. All right. Moment of truth. I mean, this is technically in, but let's just, I don't think that would do much, but let's see if he'll fall out without these strings. No, he will not. They don't need the strings, okay? If they're behind a window, they don't need the strings. I understand if they're not behind a window, but he's behind a window. Probably tape. Oh, well, his cape just came off. That's exciting. Okay. Alrighty. I guess I should have just taken the tape off of the cape to begin with. Whatever, it's fine. Just gonna carefully do it because it kind of feels like thin fabric. Although it's a lot better fabric than the first Skeletor. The first Skeletor had that really weird, almost craft, like cheap craft fabric, if you know what I mean, where it feels weird on one side. Like velvet or felt? Not felt. Is it felt? No, not felt. I don't know, but it's weird. This one's actually more of silky feeling, which I like. This is definitely more of a silky feeling cape. I do like this one a lot better. And I do see that when you take the cape off, he does have his typical armor that his vintage version has, which I'm glad about because I didn't know if I was going to have to use my other Skeletor's thing to make him look like the regular Skeletor, because I don't really like this look. I really just wanted him so that I could have like a regular looking Skeletor. So, yeah, let's take a closer look at his head. Here is the head that he came with. It has a helmet and he has a beard. And I guess these are based off of the original concept designs of the characters. How he has a beard is beyond me, but he does. And I do want to try the other head because this is what I'm excited about. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? This is his other head. It's not entirely the same as what the vintage one looks like, but it's the closest out of all the Masterverse Skeletors. I mean, there's technically only two, unless you count Skelegod. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Alright, he's very blue. The camera's making him look even more vibrant. He's kind of a little more dull in real life, more of a grayish blue in real life. He's got, like, rubbery armor molded in dark purple with metallic lighter purple and a pink spot in the middle, and then he does have a place to put the sword, and it does fasten right here. I will say this looks a little too high. It would have been nice if it went down to here, like these straps go down to here, because it does look kind of cropped. But he has his loincloth, which looks good. I do like that a lot. And then he has his exposed blue feet. Look at that. And then here are the bottoms. I love how the bare feet are actually sculpted on the bottom. They're not flat. They're actually completely molded feet. I think that's so funny. And then he has his purple knee, not knee. He has his purple shin guards. I think that's what these are. So yeah, here's the cape. You don't have to take anything off or anything for this to go on. So there it is, there it is. It's cool. I don't know if I would use it for him, because I do just want it like this, but like, it's a cool cape for any other character, or if you want it with him. But yeah, okay, now let's take a look at the accessories. This is the Havoc Staff, if it'll focus. This is the Havoc Staff that came with this version of Skeletor. Here is what the sculpt of the ram's head looks like. It's a really cool sculpt. It could really benefit from a wash. Nothing on this is painted. I think this is just light purple, and then this is like bluish purple. There it is. It's got a little nick right there. And then here is the pirate sword. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but it literally looks like one. Very interesting weapon. I think, let's see, I think this should be able to go back here. Yes, it is. This can slide in back like here. And then let me see if it can go the other way too. Yes, it can go this way too. That looks a little more accurate in terms of like, I think you wouldn't want it here because you can like move your arm back and you cut your arm with the sword. So yes, the pirate sword does fit in the back. Yes, okay, and then lastly, he comes with his alternate hands. He has a fisted hand, and he has an open hand with the extremely long thumb. This fisted hand seems super small. If you saw the King Grayskull video, you know that some of the Masterverse figures have really small hands, and then some of them don't, so it's odd. It's very odd. Okay, now with that being done, why do I sound so bored? Okay, now with that being done, let's open up Merman. There, that was a bit more enthusiastic. That was seriously the most unsatisfying cut of tape, and I almost cut my pinky. Merman is out of the box. Here is what he looks like in the plastic enclosure. He looks super fishy. Super fishy. Alright, let's start to take out the accessories. We have this trident looking thing, or a pokey poke. Okay. And then we have another pirate looking sword, but this one looks green. No shit. That was the dumbest observation I could have possibly made. It looks like it's made out of, like a shell, or, I don't know, something oceany because he's a fish. Alright, moving on. That was bad enough. I love these webbed hands, guys. Oh my god. One webbed hand out of the box. Second webbed hand. Oh my god, really? Okay, my camera needed to take a break because it got too hot. So here is the second hand out of the box. And then he has more hands! More hands! Here we have a closed hand. And another closed hand. And then now we can take him out. There, got it. Okay. Fall test. Mattel, you don't need the strings. Take them out! Okay. Voila! Here is Fish Boy out of the box. Ooh. Also, don't you love their poses, like, right out of the box? I try and keep them completely in their boxed pose. Look at him, he's like, oh. Okay, I don't even know what I'm saying. Alright, let's take a look at Merman, shall we? Here is his head sculpt. It's based off of his appearance in Revelation, that's why he looks a little funky. But let's be honest, doesn't every Merman look a little funky? I really like the turquoise that they're going with here. He is a much different color than the vintage Merman and the Lords of Power Merman. I mean, he's a little similar to the Lords of Power Merman, but he is more blue than any of the other ones. His chest is plain, which is why I thought he was going to be a little too plain, but it actually doesn't look bad. He has a different sculpted top chest piece, as you can see, because he has these wrinkles by his neck right here. And then he has this painted on scars. You could see more of the wrinkles or like armor, exoskeleton, I don't know, on the back. And then more of the scars on the back. And then some scars on his arms. Whoa, he's got some thin biceps. Are you seeing this? This is the thinnest biceps of all the Masterverse figures. Let's be honest, like 80% of us don't look like this, okay? So I'm not body shaming you, Merman. I'm just saying you have some of the thinner biceps out of the Masterverse figures, okay? He has these arm braces, which are the entire length of the forearm. And his hands are really big. Look at that. Look at how big his hands are in proportion to the rest of his arm. That's a little funky. Whoa, he looks so scrawny when you pull out his arms like that. And then his belt is more of a green color with brownish gold and purplish blue. And then his loincloth is orange. I like this loincloth. It's cool. It's like tattered seaweed. And then here are his legs. I think he has, does he have his own sculpted legs or are they used? I think these are the same as other Masterverse figures. His legs. And then his shin guards are really cool looking. Look at those. They look so royal. And then I think he has the exact same feet as the first Skeletor. I'm almost positive about that. He has painted toenails. Talk to the Jurassic team about the painted toenails, Masters of the Universe team, because they stopped doing that. So, but as you can see here, Merman has painted toenails. It's a slightly different color blue than his skin color or scale color, whatever the hell this is. And yeah, I love the sculpted bottom feet. I think it's so funny. So yeah, here he is. Let's take a look at the accessories. First accessory to look at is this sword. It's like a pirate sword, kind of like Skeletor's, but it has more of a light jade color green. And the handle is black, I think, with orange stripes, goldish orange stripes. I'm trying to think of like what thing in the ocean I think this looks like, and I'm just not thinking of it. Like, whatever. Here is his trident, which is really cool. We have more of that jade green, but this one's painted metallic-y, pearlescent-y. And we have the orange gold. And the staff itself is a dark turquoise color. I think it's darker than his body. Slightly darker than his body, but the same shade of blue for the most part. And yeah, I think it's a trident. I haven't seen the first part of Revelation in a long time. I mean, I haven't seen Revelation in general in a long time, so I don't really know what he uses this for. But it looks like a stabby stab. 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 Or, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of in Jurassic World movies when they tase the dinosaurs, the dinosaur tasers, where it's like... Okay, anyway. Moving on from that. I'm super, super excited about these webbed hands, if they would like to focus. Focus on the webbed hands. There we go. I'm really excited about these webbed hands. They look a little funky. They look a little funky from the inside. I don't know what all these grooves are, but like the outside looks cool. Do you know what these remind me of? Laguna Blue. Only the coolest Monster High character ever, because she had webbed hands, webbed fingers. They were so cool. Only Laguna's hands were a little cooler than this, because she had clear blue plastic in between her fingers opposed to solid color like this. And lastly, we have Merman's fisted hands. And he has 3 fingers instead of 4 fingers and a thumb, I noticed. So that's why they're looking a little alienish, a little funky. A little funky. Yeah, he's got, look at the thumb. Look at that, and look at the thumbnail. That's interesting. But yeah, 3 fingers. Yeah. Well, that was Merman for you. Now I want to do a comparison of them compared to other versions of their character. Alright, let's get into it. Our first comparison is going to be this new Eternia Skeletor with the Revelation Skeletor. Can we just talk about the skin color difference? He is so dark and bluish, which I do actually really like the way the Skeletor looks, but he definitely doesn't look like the typical Skeletor, you know, but he is a cool version of him. Also, something to note that I'm seeing here in the comparison is the finned arms are completely different. Here, this is meant to look like the style of Revelation, and here, this is actually the finned arms that the vintage one has, which is super cool. It seems like the upper arm looks to be about the same. I think you can just see more definition in this one because it's darker, and the torso looks to be the same. This armor piece, or whatever you want to call it, goes lower than this one. This one is a bit too high. I really wish it went like down here. This one's better looking though. But I might swap it out, who knows. Both of the hoods are textured. They have this gridded texture. I don't know how to describe it. And his head is way smaller looking than his. His head's more proportionate to the body, but this is what we're used to seeing because the Masters of the Universe characters have these bigger heads. There's not much difference in the loincloth other than length, and the belt is slightly different with slightly different color purple. The bottom legs look to be the same, but then they have different shin guards and different feet. This Skeletor has 3 toes and this one has 5. Interesting. There's a look at that. Oh, don't look at the underside. Sorry about that. And then this one doesn't have a sword sheath, but this one does. This one I like how more of the back is covered because I hate the way the Masterverse backs look. So yeah, there he is with the Revelation Skeletor. What do you think? Which one do you like more? Is he like leaning like that? Okay. I like both of them for their own reasons, but this one definitely is cool looking because he's more accurate to the vintage look, which now I will show him with his vintage counterpart. Here is the new Eternia Skeletor next to his 1982 vintage counterpart, and I'm seeing that this Skeletor out of all of them has the greenest. Can I talk? Oh my god. I'm noticing that this Skeletor compared to all of them has the more greener tone in his skin, and all the other ones have full blue, which I don't think I realized. I thought Skeletor was actually more of this color, but I guess he's more blue because this is what he looks like here. He's so cute in the vintage. Isn't he so cute? He's not even scary at all. He's like he's so cute. He's like a little boob. Like look at that face. Oh, it's so cute. But yeah, here's a comparison. Here you can see that. On the vintage one, his feet are fully booted. He doesn't have the bare feet like here, and also this is a half boot Skeletor. So, and then here's what the backs look like. You can see his full exposed booty here. Here it's covered. He's being a bit more professional here. And then his back is more exposed than this guy. And this guy has a squishy head, which I love squishy heads. Look at this. He's got a squishy head. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, here they are. Look at that height. Look at that height. That height difference. But yeah. Here are they. And lastly, the last Skeletor comparison I'm going to do in the video is going to be him next to my Origins Skeletor. This is the Origins Skeletor that I made. I don't have the other one put together anymore that like you can buy, you know. This is the made one that I have, made with the Caldor pieces. This is what they look like. These heads look very similar, except he has jeweled eyes. I really like this Skeletor. I don't know, they all look pretty good. The finned arms. Yeah, what do you think? Here are all of the Skeletors standing alongside each other from, I don't know, most different to more in common. I don't really know. That's what I was going for. Honestly, Revelation Skeletor just is a whole vibe by himself. So here you can get a better look, I guess. I don't know. Of them standing side by side, of what they all look like together. Aren't they so cute? They're so adorable. He can't even try and be scary. Like, he's just such a boob. Oh my god. Anyway, here they are. Wow. Okay, yeah. There they are. And now for Merman's comparisons. I don't have a Revelation figure to compare him to because this is the only one. So here is his vintage version. He is more greener and more plain. There's literally no paint applications on him except his face. Isn't that crazy how they got away with that? I know, it's crazy. But here they are. Vintage Merman's head is like really ugly looking. It looks a lot, oh my god, almost dropped them. His vintage head looks a lot better on Stinkor than it does Merman, because this just looks like a cat to me. But, oh my god. But yeah, here they are. This is probably like the worst comparison ever, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. There they are. Also, this Merman has a squishy head. It's very important to note the squishy heads, guys. Here is this Merman compared to my makeshift Revelation Merman in Origins, which is literally just the Lords of Power Merman with his armor taken off. I know, right? Isn't it so accurate? I know. Yeah, all I did was take his armor off, and I consider it my Revelation Merman in Origins style, but he has the finned arms, so it's a little different. But these boots are so cool. You can't tell me they're not. But yeah, here are they together. They have the most similar skin color. He's more greener though. This is the most blue out of all of them. Yeah, here we go. And then lastly is just regular Origins Merman. Here are their heads. He's so ugly. Anyway. Very plain, just like the vintage one. Yep. Nothing really to see here. So yeah, that was my comparison. Yeah. Here are all the mermen standing next to each other. I just realized, looking at this Masterverse Merman standing, he kind of hunches over. He's got a bit of a hunchback going on here. He's very sickening looking. And then here are the other mermen. Of course, the vintage one being the darkest. He got a tan, guys. He got a tan, and all these other ones are very bright. That about concludes my review of why am I saying it like that? Okay, let me try that again. That about wraps up my unboxing and review of these Masterverse figures, Merman and new Eternia Skeletor. I really like them a lot. I like both of them. 10 out of 10. Because I realize I say 9 out of 10 in like all my videos, so I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. A curveball. And you can get them in some fun poses. I tried. It looks like he's literally breaking his ankle. Okay, but he's looking a little funky, but we tried. And yeah, so what do you think of these figures? Are you gonna get them? Do you like them? Do you think this is a good representation of Skeletor? What do you think, guys? If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more. I'm Jurassic Funatic, and I will see you later. Bye. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh. Whoa there! Wait, no, that failed. Yeah! I spot a bumbling, bone-headed boob. Hello, Skeletor, you boobiest of boob. Fish.